After 10 long years, the Winter Soldier 2.0 version by Hot Toys is finally upon us. And while the news is definitely good, this 2.0 Artisan Edition looks like it has its fair share of small problems so far. So let's take a closer look and see if Winter Soldier is worth trying to pick up. Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to the channel. So today we'll be diving into the new Winter Soldier figure coming out soon from Hot Toys. Now this figure is a new Artisan 2.0 edition being released and definitely features some distinct differences between the 1.0 version. The original version came out around 10 years. That's right guys, a whole decade has already passed us, right? And while that first version was incredible at the time and one of the best Hot Toys Marvel figures I own, it definitely had its fair share of issues as well. Most notably, the pleather material which started flaking for most collectors. But this 2.0 Artisan Edition is for sure pretty sweet so far. You know, its kit features a lot of the same accessories, but includes a few new ones as well. So there's also two different versions being released, one standard and one special editions, which we'll take a closer look at later in the video. Otherwise, Bucky is looking pretty solid so far. Let's dive into it and see if he's worth trying to get your hands on him. First and foremost, let's talk about the elephant in the room, which is the top shirt material. As I previously mentioned, 1.0 version came with a fake leather, aka pleather material on his outfit. A lot of people started having issues with his top shirt only after a couple of years in the display. Now, there are ways to sort of renew the 1.0 version's pleather, like using special leather paint, amongst other things, but who really wants to do that? Especially if you're not used to working on 6-scale figures, right? So it's really good that Hot Toys finally decided to address this with the 2.0 Artisan Edition by using real leather. The shirt here looks really clean, amazing with the new material added. You can really see the differences of the real versus fake material, and it adds just another dimension of high quality collectability to the figure as well. The leather material itself looks like it's softer leather and not too stiff, which is also good. Otherwise, A+ for getting this updated top material out to us and onto Bucky Barnes. Now, take a closer look at Winter Soldier's general design. You can see here that he stands out pretty well with this update. The body mold looks pretty solid in terms of the overall size and scale. However, the big issue I see here is the actual size of his head. I'm not sure if the head is too big or if the body mold is too small, but the head to body ratio is definitely a little off. Now, it's possible that Hot Toys may fix this during production prior to the release, but you can see the scale difference between the two is indeed a little off, right? With that being said, the costume does look much cleaner and more solid overall, right? You can easily see how the suit stands out along with the mask and goggles. Looks like the goggles and mask also got a slight upgrade in terms of material as well, but it may also just be because it's shiny new. In terms of the figure and the museum pose, you can get like a good shot of this on the right hand side here as well. He does also come with that magnetic new base, which is really awesome. I believe this is the third Marvel Hot Toys figure it comes with. And the other two, I think, include the Stealth Suit Captain America 2.0 as well as Black Widow 2.0 as well. And overall, you can kind of like see how natural his arms and legs look when they're posed and seem pretty solid from a museum standpoint. Now, in terms of the weapons and accessories, they look pretty solid again so far. They are the same weapon accessories that came with the 1.0 version as well. I don't think there are any differences this time around, but just to have the reinvigorated feel to them, which is good. I really like how you can easily pose him now that he can have more like a range of motion while holding the firearms. The shot left here features him holding that disc grenade weapon, and you can see how well both the right arm and like that metal arm can be posed to hold, right? It also looks more natural, especially how his metal arm is placed in terms of movement. The shot on the right features him in a more superhero static pose, and again, you can really see how well his metal arm can be moved even past that 90-degree mark, right? The metal arm looks like it won't chip and or fade all this time around, which is really, really good because the 1.0 version felt like if you moved this arm too much, that the paint would actually start to peel off and eventually hurt the mold itself. So overall, great updated body mold to Bucky, with this version so far. Now, in terms of the accessories, Winter Soldier comes with a decent updated set, right? There are some obvious reissues that come with this new Artisan Edition, but a couple new ones as well. In terms of what he actually comes with, this includes those separate rolling eyeballs, which are featured on most all Hot Toys Marvel figures now. The removable goggles and mask, which again kind of look like have a slight upgrade to them in quality to probably better align with the Artisan series, right? All of the incredible weaponry remains the same, like the rifle, that disc grenade launchers, the knives, the pistols, and the scorpion weapon on his back, right? The same hand molds which we've seen with his original set are also here once again. Now, in terms of what's new, this includes the new magnetic base, 3 interchangeable metal arms, and the Captain America shield, which comes with the special edition. Right, we'll also take a closer look at this shortly, but the 3 new accessories are looking pretty solid so far, all except for maybe the metal arms. I'm not sure why those are here, to be honest with you. But I guess if you want your arms looking pristine, then this probably makes sense. So won't need as much posing movement, which is good to protect it. Otherwise, great reissued set of weapons and decent new accessories, with Bucky's kit so far. Now, quickly taking a closer look at the new head sculpt, this is where a lot of Hot Toys' more intricate work resides with. In terms of the hair, the new Artisan edition comes with wool hair implants, and it's not sculpted like the original version. And now, while that wool hair is usually the pricer option when it comes to figures, I'm not sure if I personally like it on Bucky. The hair design itself looks good, however, it has great proportions to it. Also, the color they use has pretty spot on to the character model from the film. But for some reason, I still prefer the sculpted hair on Bucky's model and not the wool. The face sculpt does look really good though, and aligns pretty well with Sebastian Stan. I wouldn't say it's 100% apples to apples likeness, but it's pretty close, right? And again, it's possible that the head mold and face mold will be updated a little more during production prior to release. So otherwise, his face, skin tone, like the facial expression here, are pretty close to spot on from the movie model. Next, let's take a close look at the three arms. So the new 2.0 Artisan Edition features three different metal-like arms that come with the set. Right, you get the straight arm, which is like more of a museum type of superhero pose. The relaxed arm, which I believe is meant to be more like a natural look when you have him standing, and then the third bent arm, which you can use to create like nice action poses with some of Bucky's weapons. Right now, while this initially sounds pretty cool, I personally think it's not. I mean, like, why does Hot Toys need to have three different arms for one figure? Right? It's not like these all do different functions. At least not really, right? I mean, the arms could be used to ensure longevity of your figure more, which is why probably I imagine they went with the real leather and additional arms, but still don't think it's necessary. The arms do look good though, and from a paint application standpoint, and have a little more shine to them, right, than the previous version. Also, the red star looks a shade more prominent, helping it stand out a little more as well. Otherwise, the cuts on the mold look really good, but could have all been delivered maybe in one arm, and then that would have left some room for additional accessories, right? But nevertheless, the arms do look pretty good, at least from a view standpoint. Now, pre-ordering is currently live on Sideshow's site now, and feel free to use the link in our bio if you need help getting there. However, with that being said, they're already out of stock, and you need to join the wait list to try and get your hands on one. There are other third-party partners that will be selling a few of these as well, so be on the lookout from your favorite figure resellers for more information. Otherwise, both the standard and special edition will run you around $430, expected to ship out, I believe, around Q1 to Q2 of 2026. There's also a number of other Marvel figures coming out around that time, so it should be a good year for Hot Toys as well, at least for the first half. Now, otherwise, in terms of the overall cost and value, I do think this is a great set to own overall, especially if you're an avid fan of the Artisan series. I personally was able to get my hands on one PO, but I'm probably going to give it to my friend only because I still own my 1.0 version and somehow was able to keep it looking like new. So from my perspective, no need for me to spend nearly $500 more on a version 2.0 figure when the original one looks almost as good in my opinion. But that's just my take, right? So there you have it, guys. Thanks for joining me today to explore the Winter Soldier 2.0 figure coming out soon from Hot Toys. Are you a fan of the new Bucky Artisan Edition at all? Or do you think it's not worth the price? Let me know in the comments what really stands out to you and if you plan on picking him up at all. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button for more content and the coolest Marvel figures around. Until next time, folks, keep on collecting.